Alright, you guys, welcome back to some more Cafe Stella. I left us on a cliffhanger because I think she's meeting with her friend right now. That's why she didn't show up to work. I think she's trying to reconcile things with her, trying to fix, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't even say fix. It wasn't really her fault that it was broken. I mean, she was trying to do the right thing, but I guess to her friend, it did seem like she was the reason why their friendship ended. So let's see how this goes down.
お願い待ってよ。なんでって聞いてほしいことがあるから。おまじないのこと。
Uh-oh, she's not going to tell her something too important, is
して
she?
くれるの？それはだと思った。あ、
Just disappears. Just like, okay, then, goodbye.
待って、お願い。しつこいな。少しだけでいいから。お願い。聞いてほしい。だからなんでメイのバイト先に行かなくちゃいけないわけ？ここで話せばいいじゃん。
Yeah, that's a fair point.
会ってほしい人がいるから。彼氏でしょ。
Nah, she's already met him.
紹介されても困るし、興味ないし。そうじゃなくて。じゃあ何？助けてくれる人たちがいるの。いろんな問題を解決してくれる人たちがいて。
Yeah, I guess so.
変な宗教にでもハマった？そうでもなくて。
Some
必
sort of
ず
cult.
力になってくれるはずだから。
Some parts of it are a little cultish. Apparently, like, the cat worshipping side of it, you know, everyone seems to love seeing Mikado in his cat form.
だから会ってほしい。力になってくれるとか。ふざけてんの？散々こっちからお願いしたのに無視してたのにさ。無視なんかしてたじゃん。おまじないしてってお願いしてもしてくれなかった。
I mean, that's different than ignoring you, though. That's just recognizing, hey, there's a problem here and we need to, like, stop this.
だってちょっとの間手を握るくらいじゃん。そんな手間もかけたくないくらい私のことなんてどうでもいいんでしょ。
Yeah, it's crazy. I think her friend sees this a lot differently than May does.
そんなことない。おまじないできないのは事情があって。
I mean, it doesn't help that May is probably not the best person to explain things, but
何事情って。前も話したけど、おまじないしないと調子が出ないって思い込んじゃうと逆に良くないって思ったから。
okay, well, that's good that she told her that.
またそうやって上から目線で。上から目線って、そんなつもりは。もういいって、白々しいよ。今さら何言っても。メイのこと親友だって思ってたけど勘違いだった。そんなことあるよ。たかがおまじないじゃん。なんでしてくれないの？頑張ってって言ってくれればそれでいいのに、上から目線で説教してきてさ。しかも勝手に部活やめて、一番助けてほしい時に勝手にいなくなって。それは。
You know, I think May's friend is partly right. Like, from her perspective, maybe that's how it all went down. But, like, the thing that's missing here is there's no regard for May's feelings or understanding of what she was going through in this situation. Like, she didn't really think to ask. It was just all about her.
言い訳なんて聞きたくない。おまじないに頼るなってさ。わかるよ。自力で克服しないとダメだって。わかってんの。メイがそのためにやめたってわかってんの。でもさ、少しは心配してくれてるかと思ったら、バイトなんて始めてさ、彼氏も作ってさ。
Okay, well, she doesn't need to, like, punish herself to feel bad about things, okay? Like, never punish yourself for making mistakes. Like, the fact that you made a mistake and then you feel bad about it is punishment enough. Like, don't go above and beyond that.
私は苦しんでるのに、メイだけ楽しんでてさ。バカみたい。
I don't know. Like I understand both sides here a little bit. Like I do feel like they both are justified in feeling, I guess, somewhat the way they feel. But I also feel like a good friend would never say something like this. They would never say, "Oh, you were just enjoying yourself while I was suffering," right? It's like if your friend is happy, why aren't you happy for them?
親切なふりして面倒になったらいなくなって、私を自己満足の道具に使わないでよ。
I don't know. I don't think May has much of an ego. Okay.
私そんなつもり。
And May, don't let her keep saying this. Like, defend yourself. Don't just say no. That's not it.
だから言い訳なんていいって。私のこと見捨てたくせに。どんなつもりか知らないけど、私にとってはそれが事実。メイはもう顔も見たくない。
Wow, that's scuffed. No, 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 no. Don't say that. Nope. No, don't say that.
中途半端にモヤモヤを。あ、モヤモヤ。何言ってんの。私がやめてよ。違う。
Oh, frick. So this is where all the butterflies came from.
ちょっと大丈夫。ダメ。離れて。何これ。
Sorry. I'm really trying not to laugh. It just makes me think of it's like the Chunibyo thing, with like, oh my eye, my otherworldly powers out overflowing.
何。
Oh, frick, she can see it.
違う。ダメ。ダメ。違う。ちょっとメイ。ダメ。
Wait, how can her friend see all the butterflies though? That's a little weird, don't you think? Following the trail of butterflies, we eventually arrive at the station. The number of butterflies is increasing, so May has to be around here somewhere. However, what the hell is going on? There are countless scores of them. I've never seen so many butterflies in one place. Only a small fraction of them appear to be gravitating towards me. The rest of them form a giant colony swarming around the commuters at the station. Many people in the crowd are hanging their heads, appearing unwell. Others are squatting down on the ground, seemingly too ill to walk. The butterflies are negatively impacting everyone they come across.
良くない状況ですね。メイさんの負の感情が腸を媒体に伝播してしまっています。
Regardless of the state of these people's souls, either.
おそらくこれが瞳のもう一つの側面。人を不幸にする力。
We have to do something.
高峰さんはメイさんを探してください。私は腸の回収を優先します。
Alright,
さすがにこの惨状は放置できません。
I agree. I don't know how you're gonna do that in the middle of the day. Putting up with Akuzuki-san, I break out into a run. But which way do I go? There are too many butterflies, I can't tell which ones to follow anymore.
昴生
Oh, hi, Hiruto.
どうしたなんか
I'm looking for someone, May. You met her last time, didn't you? That girl from
お
work.
前の幼なじみの子
No!
ああ知ってる知ってるそりゃ見るだろうお前知らんだろうけど俺何回か店行ってるし普通に客としてフロアにいる子だろ何回も見てるでさっきも見たさっきっていうか割と前だな友達とトラブったんかな言い争いしてたから目についてさ
Okay, Hiruto, which direction?
あっちの方行ったぞ喧嘩しながら
You're a lifesaver, Hiruto.
おおなんかよくわからん
After expressing my gratitude, I dash off again. Hold on, May, I'm coming. Breathless, I dash into a deserted alleyway. According to Hiruto, they should be around here somewhere, but I don't see them. Have they already left? No, there were even more butterflies here than before. They have to be close. Through a gap in the butterflies obscuring my vision, I see her. A tiny figure cowering on the ground. Nay. Well, you figured out how to get the butterflies out. That's good. Sorry, is this like a terrible moment to be making a joke? I run up and hug her, calling her name. After I give her shoulder a rough shake, she finally seems to notice me. Her eyes are vacant and her face pale. It must have taken everything out of her to release her butterflies. What's more, the butterflies she'd released must be amplifying her negative emotions as well. Her lips quiver weakly.
私の全部
On the receiving end of May's blank stare is one other girl. She collapsed feebly in the middle of the road. From the look of things, she seems to be even worse condition than May. Just stay put, okay? Letting go of May for the moment, I walk over to the other girl, May's friend. Can you hear me? Hey, snap out of it. The girl doesn't respond. She doesn't even look at me. She's just lethargic. She's virtually catatonic. Both May and this girl can't go on like this. Perhaps they'll recover once Akazuki-san deals with all the butterflies, but we can't wait that long. There are just too many. Can I absorb them into my soul instead? Do I have the willpower to do it? I have no choice. Even if it puts my life at risk, May is a greater priority. I try to grab a butterfly with my hand, but it easily slips through my fingers. Because I've already found May, the butterflies aren't gravitating towards me anymore. I can't figure out a way to absorb them, and I have no time to practice how either, which means there's only one option left. It's pathetic, but... May. Painstakingly, she raises her head.
こんな力なければよかったってそう思ったら目が痛くなって今まで捕まえた蝶が全部私から出ていっちゃった。
I wonder if she just, like, got rid of the power and it just released everything. You can tell me what happened afterwards. Right now we need to figure out what to do with all these butterflies. Do you think you could recapture them?
ごめんできない
Yeah, she got rid of it.
じっと見つめても消えてくれないそれに捕まえてもどうせ出ていっ
Her voice is utterly drained of strength. Never seen May so weak and frail before. Is May's ability to control her butterflies tied deeply to her mental state? According to Hiruto, she and her friend had been arguing with one another, and that had sent May's spirits plummeting. That was obvious judging by the emotions I could feel coming from the butterflies. Those negative feelings had been the trigger which released the butterflies from her eye, and those negative feelings have spread to the other people in her vicinity, also wearing her own soul out in the process. Perhaps that's why she temporarily lost her ability to capture them. If that's the case, the only thing I can do... May.
ごめん私のせいで
Stop blaming yourself. Right now, I want you to think about me and only me. I was only able to find you because the butterflies guided me here. Those butterflies you released contained your emotions inside of them. Through them, I could feel you reaching out for me, calling for me. That's how I was able to find you. So I want you to do that again. Think about me like you did before. I kind of feel like it was Hiruto that guided you to her, but sure. If you do that, the butterflies should come flocking towards me once more. And once they do, I'll take care of the rest.
なんと
You're not the only one with unusual powers, you know. I'm not affected by the butterfly's negative influence, and I'm able to absorb them into my soul as well. That's what my abilities are. As long as you can get the butterflies to come to me, I'll be able to absorb them. So please, May. Please think about me as hard as you can.
吸収しちゃったらどうなるの
I become unable to die. It's actually really cool, but apparently frowned upon. Her intuition is sharp as always. Or perhaps she sensed it from looking at my expression. But either way, I'm not planning on hiding it from her. I'll tell her the truth. I'll probably end up dying. The more butterflies accumulate into my soul, the more powerful it becomes. Powerful enough to perform even miracles, but apparently that violates God's divine laws. So if I begin absorbing butterflies and become capable of performing miracles, God won't permit my existence. In all likelihood, he'll try to erase me from this world.
そんなのダメだよダメそんなのこんな風になったの私のせいなのにコウ君が死ぬなんて
That's the kind of reaction I expected. I know this isn't fair of me to do, but In that case, May, in order to inspire her to action, there's only one thing you can do. Fair or not, this is the only way. If you don't want to sacrifice me and if you want to save your friend, there's only one thing you can do, May. At this rate, the power of your eye will only bring misery, but that isn't how things ought to be. Your eye has the power to make people happy. You're a girl who's always positive, always smiling, and always cheerful, someone who brings joy to those around her. Pull yourself together, May. This isn't who you are. Saying, I can't and giving up isn't like you. Shy but proactive, willing to give her all to help others. That's the May I know. That's the May I fell in love with. A fire lights up in May's eyes, bringing an end to her spiral of negative emotions.
君はいつも私に勇気をくれる。
I'd hold myself hostage to do it, though.
それくらいしてくれないとバカな私は落ち込んだままだった。こうくんは死なせない。それに
She stares straight at her friend who's collapsed on the ground.
散々迷惑かけちゃった。今もこれ以上迷惑はかけられない。救わなきゃ。
Alright, mate, let's freaking do it. Get it done. I believe in you. She plants her feet firmly on the ground, then she stands up.
こうくんのことを強く思えば
Bruh,
寄っていく。
that looks so dope. I love this. I love this. I was waiting for a CG like this. I knew there was gonna be something like so awesome. As long as I think about you strongly enough, the butterflies will start coming towards you, right? Yes. Gosh, this is probably my favorite CG. Like, at least in her route. Like, this is awesome. Right inside of each of those butterflies resides your feelings, a small piece of your heart, which means you have some sort of measure of control over them. That's why they sought me out in the first place. Focus to try to gather all the butterflies in one place. If you need a target to focus on me. Just make sure you capture them before I end up absorbing them.
絶対そうする。
I thought she couldn't use her eye. Like, what is this? I was only joking, but May answers with an unexpected seriousness. Looks like she's filled to the brim with determination now.
宿った私の気持ち。私の心の一部。
I mean, is May the new butterfly queen? Because I called Suzune the butterfly queen because she had all those in her apartment. But now I feel like May can literally, like, control them in a way.
答えて。
The moment May cries out, her left eye shines with a radiant light. I think that'd be really cool if she also shot like a laser beam, but that's just me. The unmistakable radiance of her soul. The light is so beautiful that I nearly feel as if I'm being sucked into it. Indeed, there's no way this beautiful eye of hers can bring misery. However, I may have made a slight mistake. This light is... On it. Responding to May's call, the horde of disordered butterflies begins surging towards me all at once. This includes the ones surrounding May's friend and most likely the ones swarming about the station as well. All of them were beelining directly towards me. It's up to you now, May.
大丈夫。いつもやってたみたいに。もやもやを。超。
She should have a catchphrase. She should do like some kind of catchphrase and then like, I don't know, what do magical girls do? They go like this? And then like she'll shoot a laser beam that like destroys all the butterflies and just causes a bunch of explosions. That might be a little bit weird, but I think it would be cool.
お願い。
It's glowing brighter, guys. The butterflies caught by her eye freeze in midair and start to vanish. Good, she's regained her ability to capture them. However, May bites her lip. Some of the butterflies rushing towards me are being absorbed in my soul instead of May's eye. There are far too many of them for her to capture all at once.
たくさん。もっと早く。
Don't panic. I can handle a few. It's okay.
でも。
It's okay. I've already died once. But I performed a miracle and I was able to rewind back time. So don't worry, I'll listen for another miracle and come back. I won't leave you alone, May. Everything will be alright. Focus on capturing those butterflies.
そんなの。全然大丈夫じゃないよ。もう一回死んじゃってるなら。二回も死なせない。私のせいで死なせない。死なせないから。
The butterflies immediately reverse away from me. Has May lost control over them? No, that's not it. In fact, she's under complete control.
こっち。全部
A swarm of butterflies streams right into May's eye. It's a beautiful otherworldly spectacle, but this is no time to stand around and gawk. A red blotch is gradually spreading across her left eye. At first I thought it was a trick of the light, but it isn't. It's blood. The blood steadily spreads across the whites of her eyes, turning it a shocking red. May's pushing herself too far. She's at her limit. Nay, enough. That's enough.
まだ全部捕まえてない。
Alright, May, you have to go Super Saiyan. Go
やめない。
beyond your limit.
全部私のせいだから。
You need to go plus
私が招い
ultra.
たことだから。たとえ目が見えなくなっても。
Okay, please don't do that. That'd be
私
weird.
がなんとかしなきゃいけないんだ。
Oh, so she is going Super Saiyan. I like it.
ギリギリですが間に合いましたね。
Akazuki-san. Akazuki-san brandishes her scythe, heaving a sigh of relief. Yeah, that would be nice if you could help, please. A few more swings, she collects the last of the butterflies that May hadn't managed to capture. I catch her as she staggers while clutching her left eye. Are you alright? How's your left eye? Does it hurt?
平気。
Oh, thank
私より
goodness. May's friend groans, struggling to sit up. Now that all the butterflies have been dealt with, she seems to have been freed from their negative emotions. Akazuki-san approaches the girl and bends down beside her.
平気ですか？
She looks confused for several seconds, but then as if remembering where she is, her eyes turn to look at May.
メイ、さっきの。ごめんね。私のせいで。本当に。
立てますか？
Oh, she just leaves. Gosh, what's up with her running away?
あの口ぶり、どうやら蝶のことを認識していたようですね。
Oh yeah.
だと思う。ずっと見えてたのか、私のせいで見えるようになったのかはわからないけど。
It's a possibility, but I feel like if she would have noticed that May was the one getting rid of the butterflies because she could see them, like she would have maybe said something more about that.
今度こそ完全に嫌われちゃったな。
Can you walk?
バイト。
Yeah, I know. I know you forgot about work, May. And actually, I hate to tell you, but you're fired. Like, you missed work. That was a no call, no show. You know, that puts you over your point limit. You're fired. Alright, don't worry about that. I'll take you home. You need to rest for today.
でもお母さんが帰ってきた時に家にいると心配かけそうだから。
ではお店に戻りましょう。もちろん仕事はさせませんよ。高峰さんのおっしゃる通り、しっかりと休んでください。
はい。
Alright, back to the Batcave. Before taking May back to the cafe, we decided to stop by the hospital because we were worried about her hemorrhaged eye. Fortunately, we were told it was nothing serious, that she would recover in a few days, or a couple weeks at most. She was not expected to experience any decline of vision either. After hearing the doctor's diagnosis, I breathed a heavy sigh of relief.
私よりほっとしてる。
I am pretty relieved, but I'm also, like, pretty astounded. Like, that scene with your butterflies was pretty cool. Like, you should do that more often. I didn't know you had superpowers like that. At which point, May laughs at me. However, her smile still appears somewhat feeble. After her examination, we return to the cafe. May wants to start working, but of course we aren't having it. Instead, we make her rest in the break room.
ありがとう。
Because just imagine if she could, like, absorb all these butterflies into her eye and then release them on command. She could become, like, a supervillain. It would be awesome. Saying that, she laughs apologetically. Although I'm still worried about her, she tells me to go back to work, and so I do. Finally, it's closing time. May ended up apologizing to everyone for skipping work today, but naturally everyone only smiled and told her not to worry about it. Or this didn't seem enough to satisfy May, so at the very least, we let her help us clean up for the day. Then, once the others had gone home,
やはりあの大量の蝶はメイの瞳から放出されたものであったか。
yeah, it was sweet. It was so cool.
大量に回収できました。お仕事はかどりまくりです。
Yeah, I mean, it was a tragedy for sure, but it was cool to watch. Mikado's tone is calm and measured, as always, free of blame. Akazuki-san, too, speaks of intentional lightheartedness, however, Mei's expression remains gloomy. The only ones left on the dining floor are me, Mei, Akazuki-san, and Mikado. I prefer to have quickly taken Mei home and have her rest, but it seems that she herself had wanted to talk about the day's events.
迷惑かけてごめんなさい。
Mikado stares at Mei, who's hanging her head. Perhaps he wants to cheer her up, which is why he does what he does. Mikado reverts back to his original form, looking up at Mei.
カンナから聞く限り、あれは事故のようなものだ。だろう。
ですね。感情が激しく揺れ動いた結果の暴走。意図的ではなかったんですから仕方ないですよ。
というわけだ。そう落ち込むな。
でも
Mikado narrows his eyes gravely, looking at Akizuki-san, then to me.
この姿を見ても取り乱さないとは重症だな。
Ah, indeed. It's quite serious.
何ですかそれ。いくら私でもこんな時にはしゃぎませんよ。私が蝶を全部解き放ったせいで騒ぎになっちゃったんですよね。
Wouldn't go that far.
まあそうですね。私たちの到着が遅れれば被害は拡大していたかもしれません。
Akizuki-san.
事実ですから取り繕うだけの嘘はやめましょう。いち早く高峰さんが駆けつけたからこそ被害は最小限で済んだ。これも事実です。メイさんのお友達もすぐに回復しました。閣下のおっしゃる通り落ち込む必要はありません。
Yeah, I would say we didn't really do much. That was all Mei.
納得できんようだな。
だってごめんなさい。私アルバイト辞めます。
You can't quit because I fired you. Remember that.
はい。
Akazuki-san and Mikado's eyes go round. As for me, I'm as surprised as they are. I had a feeling something like this was coming.
理由を聞かせてもらおう。
私この目は誰かを幸せにする力だと思っていました。人を呪えるって聞いた時は全然ピンときませんでした。でも今日のことでよくわかりました。実際迷惑かけちゃったし、中途半端に使ったせいで不幸にしちゃった子もいるし、このお店のお客さんも私が不幸にしちゃったかもしれない。だからもう蝶の回収のお手伝いは迷惑もかけてしまったから、ここで働くことももうできません。責任を取ってやめます。
責任ときたか。
メイさんが取るべきとは思えませんが。
しかし本人の希望は尊重せねばならんな。
残念ですがそうなりますね。
The two of them respond rather dryly, but I know they're feigning indifference. They know I'll do something to change her mind. Hold on, May. It's a little too soon to be deciding whether or not to quit. There's something I want to show you first. Right now should be the perfect time. You can decide whether or not to quit afterwards. I'm going to show you this letter that says you are fired. Okay? So, do you still want to quit? I mean, you're already, like, going to have to leave anyways. So.
わかった。
Good. Sorry, you two, but it would be alright if we save this discussion for later.
ああ、もちろんだ。
Yeah, I don't really fire people on the floor, you know. I'll take you to the back room and let you know. I'll let you down easy, okay?
もっとも特に話すこともないですしね。今はメイさんの身体の方が重要です。
Yeah, it's very important. I mean, do you want to be fired or do you want to quit? It's up to you.
うん。
今日はご苦労だった。
All right.
ゆっくり休んでくださいね。
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty rough after you lose your job, for sure. With May in tow, I leave the cafe.
見せたいものって
You'll see soon enough. Just follow me.
と
We walk side by side. Judging from the direction we're going, May seems to have some idea of where we're headed. However, she still looks confused as to why I'm taking her there. How's your eye? Is it doing okay?
大丈夫。
Doesn't hurt?
うん。
You sure?
ちょっとゴロゴロするけど、本当に平気。
Should get some eye drops. Might help.
みんな責めないね。私のこと。
No, nobody's mad at you.
大迷惑
Oh my gosh, you're fine.
だよね。
Literally, like, nothing was in your control at that point. Are you able to clearly see butterflies now?
うん。なった。もやもやじゃなくて、
That's cool. What if that means your insect devouring eye is completely awakened now?
多分。今なら腸を解放できると思う。
Okay, well, please don't release them right here. This is a bad time.
私の中の腸を全部回収してもらって、それで終わり。もう二度と左目の力は。
You should wait until after. Wait until after to make that decision too.
気持ちは変わらないよ。
They will. Oh, here we are. Where is he taking her? The mall? Oh yes, the mall. This is a special place, the place where we started going out together. But I didn't bring her here to reminisce about that. We pass by the bench where she first confessed to me and keep going. And finally we come to stop in front of a certain store. Please tell me he's buying her that shark, okay? I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for him to buy that big plushy shark that he said he was going to, or that he thought about doing. I'd be so happy if that's what ended up happening. Yes? Oh. Oh, he's taking her to see that one lady. The two employees from before. Out of curiosity, I came by every now and then to check on these two. But they never seemed to be around. I thought they might have quit, but apparently I just come on the wrong days. You were doing the same, weren't you, May?
全然見かけないからダメだったのかな。
Me too, I thought they ended up quitting because things got awkward at work. But the truth is, the two stand by side at the register, laugh and chatting away happily. Occasionally, the woman will touch her hand against the man's shoulder or his arm. The man too will sometimes hold the woman's hand, entwining their fingers together. They become so intimate with each other that it almost makes me a little bit envious. These two look miserable to you? She shakes her head slowly from side to side. This is the first person May used her powers on after Akazuki-san and Mikado had told her the truth about her left eye. May had helped her. Look at the smiles on their face. You get what I'm trying to say, don't you? The power of your left eye doesn't bring people misery, it brings people happiness. These two are proof of that. Take a good look at the faces of our customers at the cafe tomorrow, too. The faces of the customers whose butterflies you capture specifically. I'm certain they'll be smiling and enjoying themselves. That's why they come to our cafe, after all. The two boutique employees and the customers at our cafe are proof that you did the right thing. Here's the thing, May. If you give up now, your final act will have been to make others unhappy. Yeah, it's true that you got innocent bystanders involved today. Your friend, too, fell under the negative influence of the butterflies. Thankfully, everyone quickly recovered, including your friend. But that doesn't sit right with you, then make her happy this time. You have that power, May. If you want to take responsibility for your actions, then that's what you should do. That might sound a little harsh, but you need to hear this. Stop running away, May. If you run away, your left eye will truly have become something that brings others misery. Is that what you want? May falls silent, gazing at the two in the boutique. Although she doesn't reply, I know. I know that my words have hit home. A determined fire lights up in her eye.
単純だな。
Sometimes. That's okay. You're young. She suddenly looks away, smiling self-depreciatingly.
すぐ落ち込んで勝手に悩んでバカな結論出して励ましてもらったらすぐ元気になってそうだね。私また逃げるところだった。責任の取り方はそうじゃない。正しいことを。
Straightening up, she looks directly at me and smiles. That's the May I know. That smile on her face is what suits her the most.
みんなに謝らなきゃ。明日もアルバイト行けないや。やらなきゃいけないことがある。今度こそ。
Glad to hear it. I'll let the others know.
いい私が自分で言う。自分でちゃんと謝ってしっかり怒られる。
I doubt there are any consequences to face. If anything, they're probably going to tell you to take the weekend
あ
off.
あ、そういえば言われた。
In fact, they might even tell you to take a break from work until your eye heals.
そんなに迷惑かけるわけにはって考えてみれば、充血した目で接客するのはあんまり良くないよ。
Probably not. It's mostly covered by your bangs, but you might give people a bit of a scare.
だよね。今気づいた。落ち込みすぎて視野がほんと狭くなってた。
Don't worry about it. Take your time and rest. Prioritize the things you need to do. No need to thank me. I'm always going to support you, May. Smiling shyly, she grabs my hand and squeezes
知
it.
らないって言うけど、何回も言わせて本当にいつもありがとう。
Gosh, how come this is like really good again? Like we went through this period where like their relationship just like moved very quickly and just very unnaturally to me at least. And then like they gone back to this where it like feels very good again. The pacing's fine. It's a weird route. I'd do anything for you, May. You're the one who gave me something to live for, after all.
それ大げさだよ。
I'm not. I'd even go so far as to say I owe you my life. You remember what I told you about my soul,
神
right?
様が許さないって話。
Yeah, he wanted to yeet and delete me. Yeah, I'd gone on living without any purpose as I had been before. I probably would have wound up dead. But because of you, my soul found fulfillment. Because of you, I found a reason to live. That's why you mean everything to me, May.
なんだか恥ずかしいね。
A little bit,
で
but
も、こうくんの気持ちを裏切らないようにしなきゃね。私、精一杯頑張る。
alright.
家まで送ってくれる？
Of course.
こうくんと恋人になれて本当によかった。
Tightly holding each other's hands, we set off. A lot happened today, but we managed to overcome it. With the support of those around us, we're moving forward. And from now on, we're going to continue living, supporting one another.
カフェステラと死神の蝶。やっほー。メイ、久しぶりに部室に顔出したんだけど、最近休みがちなんだってね。だからこっちかなって。あの先生、根性でどうにかしろとしか言わないから。部活に出るなら自主練してる方が100倍マシ。熱血と根性で何でも乗り越えられるって思ってるよね。かもね。ごめん。
Guys, it's happening. They're rekindling their friendship.
メイからいいよ。おまじないのことなんだけどさ。蝶々って見えた？見えた。簡単に言うと、ここ 心の調子を崩しちゃうんだって。あの蝶々に取りつかれると。取りつかれるって表現でいいのかな。なんかよくわかんないけど、そんな感じでね、私の目はその蝶々を捕まえるの。もしかしておまじないって。蝶々を捕まえること。私も取りつかれてたってこと。そうだからおまじないで捕まえた。それで心が楽になって調子を取り戻せたんだと思う。でもね、蝶々って心が弱ってくるとまた寄ってくるんだって。
Dang. She just called you emotionally weak. How does that make you feel?
おまじないだけじゃ根本的な解決にならなかった。だからおまじないをしてくれなくなったの。そうだね、たかがじゃないから、ちゃんと効果のあるおまじないだったから。一時的にしか効かないから使い続けるのは良くないって思ったんだ。ドーピングみたいなものだから頼りすぎちゃうの良くないって。だから離れた。でもね、間違ってた。そうだね、私見捨てちゃったね。それはごめん、カッとなって。事実だから。あなたのためを思って離れたみたいなこと言ったけどさ、みんなにどうしておまじないしてあげないのって毎日責められるのが辛くなっちゃって逃げたんだ。私は大事な友達を。私がすべきだったのは中途半端に手を貸すことじゃなくて、逃げることでもなくて、最後まで一緒にいることだった。今さら都合がいいとは思うけどさ、今度こそちゃんと手伝わせてくれないかな。スランプ乗り越える手伝いを最後までさせてくれないかな。もう一度チャンスをもらえないかな。本当に今さらで身勝手だとは思うけど。返事する前に私の話も聞いてくれる？メイにおまじないしてもらうとすごく心が楽になったんだ。調子が良くなるんだけど3日かせいぜい1週間くらいでまた悪くなって。だからおまじないしてくれなくなった時意地悪されてるのかと思った。メイは私のこと嫌いなんだなって、違うってよくわかった。実際に見ちゃったし、おまじないに頼りすぎちゃダメって思ったメイの気持ち、ごめんね。ちゃんと言えればよかったんだけど。
I kind of like where this is going. 'Cause it's like, yeah, I guess May kind of... I mean, with the intention of helping her, like, yeah, she almost kind of did abandon her. Like, she could have tried to help her solve the root of the problem, right? Instead of just getting rid of the butterflies. But I feel like at that point, she felt like it was already too late. Like, their friendship was already kind of hurt because she was like, I can't really help you by casting my magic spell. And I think she became, like, too reliant on it and things like that. So it's interesting to see now they're both, like, kind of understanding the other person's point of view and, like, why they did the things they did.
言われても信じなかった。蝶々が心の調子を崩すとか、メイが捕まえてたとか。
And then, yeah, she probably wouldn't have believed all of this earlier. So, like, this all kind of had to happen to get to this point.
メイは離れていくしかなかったんだって。見捨てたなんて言っちゃったけど、私だってメイを見捨てた。
I agree with this.
みんながメイを責めてるとき、私も同調した。意地悪しないでよって、たかがおまじないでしょって。被害者ぶってたのは 本当にもし許してくれるならもう一度仲良くしてくれませんか？
There you go. That's where it's at right there.
ありがとう。私こそまたよろしくね。
There we go, guys. They finally made up. That was sweet.
お疲れ様。
Upon coming home from work, I find May waiting for me in front of my apartment.
鈴音さんは一緒じゃないの？
She said she was going to have a drink somewhere.
そっか。
That sounds right.
えっと
Of course.
ごめんね。
So good. Were you waiting long?
だいたいこのくらいに帰ってくるはずだよね。
Good thing I didn't stop anywhere on my way back. Nodding lightly, the two of us enter the apartment and head up to my room.
お邪魔します。
Make yourself at home. After setting down my things and washing my hands in the bathroom, I go to pour us something to drink. Placing the 2 cups on my table, I sit down as well. So you managed to patch things up with your friend.
あれ話したっけ？
You said you had something you needed to do today, and I can't think of anything else it could have been.
そっか。
Laughing, May brings her cup to her lips. After taking a slow sip of tea, she nods.
ありがとね。ゴーくんのおかげ。
You know, glad we could help. This is the one thing I didn't help you with. You did this on your
逃
own.
げるなって言ってくれたし、そもそもきっかけをくれたのもゴーくんだし。
Yeah, I wouldn't say he helped directly, but yeah. What, you mean by telling Akazuki-san and Mikado about your friend?
ゴーくんが話してくれなかったら、私はまだ逃げ続けてた。距離を置くのが一番いいって言い訳して、それにこの左目のことだって。
She sweeps aside her bangs. The left eye looks better than it did yesterday, but it's still rather bloodshot.
きっかけをもらえなかったら、まだ使いこなせていなかった。
So you're still able to see the butterflies now.
ずーっともやもやっとしてて、そこだけぼやけてはっきり見えるようになってすっきりした。もう隠さなくてもいいかも。
That'd be cool.
まあでもいきなり髪型変える勇気はないんだけど。
Well, you know, you're getting older. You have to switch it up sometimes. She chuckles, smoothing her bangs back into place.
そうね。ちゃんと仲直りできたよ。それでね、週に最低1回練習を手伝うことになった。だからバイトの頻度はちょっと減っちゃうかもだけど。
I thought it would be the other way around. I thought you'd be rejoining the swim team now and only working on weekends.
ああ、それも考えたんだけど、もう気づいてると思うけど、友達とギクシャクしちゃってから、もともと水泳も水の中だとモヤモヤが見えないからって、そんな理由で始めただけだし、あんまり思い入れないんだよね。それを見抜かれてた。
It's like, oh yeah, I was on the swim team for a while. Didn't really care about it though.
今の私にとって部活よりもアルバイトが大事だってやりがい感じてるし、左目のことを理解してくれる人たちもいるし、ゴーくんと出会えた場所だし。
She smiles sweetly. There isn't a trace of gloominess left in her expression. This is May's typical bright smile.
やめるって言ったの。でっかい。アルバイトはこれからも続ける。左目の力も正しく使って、カンナさんとカッカの仕事もちゃんと手伝う。友達のことももう見捨てない。正面から向き合う。私のできることを全部やるって。もう逃げない。
If there's anything I can do too, just say the word.
ありがとう。じゃあ早速いい？
Long as it's not perverted, sure.
そっち行っても。
I don't know about that one. Then gets up and walks around the kotatsu. Then sitting down next to me, she gives me a hug.
何日ぶりだろう。ずっとこうしたかったんだ。
3 or 4 days has been hard for me too, not being able to see you. Wow, that's such a long time, guys. 3 or 4 days.
ね
Like a cat trying to mark me if it's sent, she nuzzles her head into my chest. As I give her a few gentle pats on the head, she lets out a comfortable sigh.
付き合ってからまだ1週間くらいだけど。
Yeah, freaking a lot's happened in this week, though. Gosh.
早速この程度じゃ照れなくなってる自分が怖い。
Come to think of it, you're right. These past few days felt pretty long into that, but not that much time actually passed in reality.
知り合ってからどれくらいだっけ？
The cafe opened in October, and what? It's like February, March?
4ヶ月経ってないくらい？もっと前から知り合ってたっていうか、付き合ってた気がしちゃうな。
Maybe we were lovers in a previous life, too.
今のはちょっとないな。
Yeah, Kosei says a lot of cringe things, but that one was kind of funny. I'll give him that one. That was kind of funny. Well, anyways, what's most important is the here and now. You know what you said when you decided to quit? I was planning to support your decision regardless. I'm really glad you ended up choosing to stay.
水曜日、ジムに行くこ
After your friend's done with swim
う
practice?
ん、授業終わった後、
I think you mentioned it. She's always at the gym around that same time, isn't she? Has she been going to practice? You said before that the coach was putting a lot of pressure on her or something, right? Don't they have any experience or knowledge about coaching people?
一応経験者なんだけどね。理論より根性って人でね。相談しても調子悪い？わかった。とにかく泳げ。
I mean, we all know the line, just keep swimming.
ってそれしか言わないんだよね。
Didn't she ever teach you how to perfect your form or how to practice more efficiently or anything like that? Well, no wonder your friend's been feeling discouraged.
そういう状況で私が部活辞めたから余計に追い込まれちゃったんだと思う。もう間違えない。私はずっと
I hope she manages to break out of her slump.
一人じゃできなくても二人ならできることもあるもんね。泳いでるところを私が動画で撮ってフォームの見直しとか、そうやって根性じゃなくて理論重視でトレーニングしようって話してたんだ。
Whenever her friend became the topic of conversation, May would always cast her eyes down and her tone would sink, but now she seems utterly delighted. Seeing her like this makes me happy too. Glad you made up with your friend, May.
ずーっと引っかかってたことが解決してすごくすっきりしてる。
I know, this is like so much better. Like, I'm really happy we're like going back to like the wholesome part of the route.
回り道しちゃったけどおかげで前より仲良くなれた気がする。こんな言い方は良くないかもしれないけど必要なことだったのかも。部活やめなかったらこうくんとも会えなかったし。
True, we would have never gotten closer.
そう
We gaze into each other's eyes. Without a word, our lips come together. And we kiss. This is what I wanted before. Why did you have to wait so long? Okay, I don't need the details. A little intimate, okay? Huh, I wonder what just happened there, guys. There must have been a certain scene, because it just kind of cut randomly. Straightening up her messy clothes, May sits down at the table and drains her cup of tea in one gulp. See, that's what I wanted them to do with all the other like scenes that they had. Like Nozomi's route, like okay, we knew what they were doing, but they cut it so quick. It's like, wish they would have done that earlier.
染み渡る
No wonder you're thirsty after working up all that sweat.
ね。
Want another drink?
大丈夫。シャワー浴びたいな。絶
Yeah, please don't make me watch another scene like that. I don't know. I just didn't like the way they did it. It was a little awkward.
だってエッチなことするでしょ。
It's like you could make a bath scene pretty cute, or you know, like with it being a little bit intimate, but the way they did it was just kind of weird. Like I know I didn't show you guys, but I don't know. They just made me feel awkward and I didn't want to show it.
ほらだから入んない。
Gosh, I wish I was young again and could just like do that. Once you get older, it's like it's just one and done. You're just like, okay, I'm good after that for a little while. So though, if you go home smelling like fresh shampoo, it's gonna be pretty obvious what we did.
あ、確かに絶対お母さんにからかわれる。
I'm gonna be honest, I don't ever smell when people like, I don't know, I guess smell good. I don't really notice it. I only notice when people smell bad. I can get you a towel.
あ、大丈夫。
It pulls out a towel from her bag, however. She suddenly stops moving.
後で拭く。見られるのが嫌なの。もういいや、拭かない。
She thrusts her arm back to the bag, returning the towel. Does being seen by me really bother her that much? Nah, she probably just doesn't want me smirking at her and teasing her again.
よし。話もできたし。
I mean,
そろそろ帰ろうかな。
she probably doesn't want Kosei watching her because he's such a creep about it.
いいからいいから。お仕事で疲れてるだろうし。
May rises to her feet, placing her hands on my shoulders to stop me from getting up.
そうだ。私、目が治るまでアルバイト休むように。
Should only take about a week,
っ
right?
て言ってたね。それでね、復帰したらカッカとカンナさんにちゃんと自分の気持ち話してみる。コウ君も聞いてくれる？
Of course. Smiling shyly, she slings her bag over her shoulder.
それじゃ
But you don't want me to walk you
あ
home?
大丈夫。お母さんに見られたらめんどい。
I mean, we're dating. What does that matter?
でわけで話聞いてくれて。
I'm glad you got everything off of your chest. Smiling brightly, she heads for the door.
また連絡するね。
Alright, sounds good.
おやすみなさい。
She kisses me goodbye. Grinning shyly, she waves her hand, and the next second she's out the door. Her left eye, her friend from the swim club, everything is wrapped up nicely. There's nothing left to cloud her heart anymore. From now on, there's nothing left but blissful days ahead of us. That I'm sure of.
カフェステラと死神の蝶。
すっかり治りましたね。
There's a chapter 9-1. I'm not sure how long that's going to be. I kind of want to end it here if that's still going to be a little bit more. But if this is just like a... I don't know. Is this going to be like the after story? Like the epilogue? I'm not too sure. If it is, I'm just going to keep playing it. And I'll just have it in this video. If not, I might just make a separate video. We'll see. Like, I don't know how long this is going to be. I don't know. We'll just keep going. I'll make it a long
お
episode.
騒がせしました。
Unless it's really long, then I'll split it, okay?
ようやく今日から復帰だな。
本当、ようやくです。
Don't worry about it. We're all happy to cover for you.
ありがとう。
About a week had passed since then, and Mei's left eye has been fully healed by now. At Mei's request, Akizuki-san and Mikado agreed to us at the cafe before opening hours, but it wasn't just because she couldn't wait to get back to work. The left eye is healed. In other words, she's finally ready to do it.
では、みんなが来る前に始めましょうか。
はい、お願いします。
左目の力、本当に自由に扱えるようになった。
まあ、見ていて。
Smiling confidently, Mei stands up from her chair. For a moment, she closes both eyes, then she opens them wide.
行きます。
Oh, this I actually like this one better. This one's sweet. This one's more like a happy moment, okay? The other one was like kind of an epic moment. From Mei's eye burst a cloud of butterflies that fly into the air. They dance gracefully above us, emitting an enchanting phosphorescence. The last time Mei released them, they'd been possessed with an air of gloom, as they were born from her despair, but not now. They sparkle with a vivacious radiance.
本来蝶とは衰弱した魂の残滓ですが、
ああ、まるでメイの活力を分け与えられたかのよう。蝶を捉えるだけではなく、自らの魂の性質を与える。
That's kind of sweet.
それが蝕みの瞳の本質なのかもしれんな。
That's not her eyes doing. That's just the kind of person May is. She brings joy and happiness to those around her and their
まさに
souls.
高峰さんがその証で。
高峰後世の魂はすっかり安定したな。
And it's all thanks to May. She
ま
saved me.
たそういう大げさなこと言う。
Not being dramatic, from the bottom of my heart, I truly believe that I owe you my life. And you're the best partner in life I could ask for.
おや、もしや今のは。
プロポーズは二人きりの時にしてほしいものだな。
What?
カッカ、何言って。
はいはい、イチャつくのも二人きりの時にしてくださいね。
そっちが振ったくせに。
少々無駄話を挟みましたが。
フロアの中にいてくれるようにお願いしてるので大丈夫です。
蝶を制御下にか。半信半疑ではあったが、目の当たりにしてしまっては信じるほかないな。
So I think Suzune stays the Butterfly Queen, okay. But I think that May is the Butterfly Whisperer. How about that?
多分ですけど時間制限ありますよ。そのうち私のなんて言うんだろう、そういうのを消えちゃって普通の蝶に戻ると思います。
一時的とはいえ、魂が強化された蝶を刺激でき、瞳の所有者は蝶を捉えることで人を幸せにし、蝶を放つことで人を不幸にする。
メイさんの蝶を放つことで逆に幸せにできるケースもあるかもしれませんね。
Nice.
試してみないとなんとも。そもそも蝶は速やかに回収すべきなので安易に試すこともできませんね。
そっか、ですよね。できること増えるなって。
蝶を捉えられるだけで非常に有益な力だ。もう一つ、このような記録もあるぞ。
メイさんのように死神の仕事を手伝っていた瞳の所持者もいたそうです。
They keep mentioning archives, and I really want to make like a Star Wars reference, saying the archives are incomplete.
いわゆる
I was like,
相棒
I was debating it.
パートナーですね。その力を生かして大いに活躍したそうです。どうです？我々も組みませんか？
Although I thought she'd answer instantly, May hesitates momentarily. After ruminating for a little while, she dons a serious expression and opens her
お
mouth.
仕事は手伝いたいです。私がこの力を持っていることにはきっと。だからこの前は弱気になっちゃったけど、でもただ蝶を捕まえるのは無責任だって気がつきました。安易に蝶を捕まえることで追い込んでしまうこともあるんだな。
それは我が輩の責任だな。安易に力を使うよう促したのは他でもない。
いえ、閣下と出会う前からできる限り使わないようにとか言ってた。
Smiling bitterly, she looked up at the butterflies around her.
使っちゃってたんですよね。
確かに一部はすでに回収したと聞いてはいたが、
残りわずかと思っていましたが、そんなことはなかったですね。
すみません。
メイさんが生まれてから今に至るまでに捕まえた蝶ですからね。多くて当然でしょう。
それだけ他者に心を砕いてきたということだ。誇るがよい。
ありがとうございます。
She smiles shyly, but her expression soon grows serious again.
蝶を捕まえることでほとんどの人の心は安らぐんだと思います。簡単に力は使えません。まずはその人が何を悩んでいるのかを知って、蝶を捕まえるだけで改善しそうなら捕まえる。それだけじゃダメなら、ゆいなちゃんのお父さんの時のようにできる限り手を尽くす、そういう形でお手伝いしたいです。それでもいいですか？
はい、もちろんです。
普段通りのやり方にメイの力が加わるということだ。助かることに違いないのだから断る理由などない。
ありがとうございます。
ではメイさんは正式に死神の。
は あ、
はい。
えっと私ばっかり注文つけて。
言ってみろ。我が輩をもふること以外であれば聞いてやろう。
Aw. Weren't you gonna ask if you could cuddle Mikado in return for helping them?
そうじゃなくて、死神のお仕事はお手伝いします。でも組むっていうのは、私のパートナーはコウ君だけなので。
Oh, of course.
おやおや、振られてしまいました。
まったくイチャつくのは二人きりの時にしろと言っておるだろう。
そんなつもりは。
Let's save it for later, May.
コウ君もテンパって何言ってんの。
イチャつくのはそれくらいに。もうお腹いっぱいです。
Yeah, no PD at work.
別にイチャついてないのに。
さて、おしゃべりしすぎました。
はい。
くどいだろうがもう一度確認するぞ。力のことなど忘れ、普通の人間として生きることもできる。もちろん喫茶店のアルバイトも続ける必要はない。我々に協力する必要があった高峰康生とは違い、メイは自由だ。
I I like how I'm just like, I'm stuck here, but you guys, you know, you don't have to be here. Whatever.
それでも我々と共に歩むというのだな。
はい。もう逃げたりしません。私はこの力を正しく使いたいです。このカフェに来てくれるお客さんに幸せになってほしいです。やめるなんてもう引き続きよろしくお願いします。それと
May turns towards me. As she smiles at me through the kaleidoscope of butterflies, she appears even more captivating than usual. My heart won't stop racing. I love her, and she loves me. May has brought me a joy beyond words. Even if I don't say it, I'm sure she knows how I felt. Still, though, I want to tell her. I'll always be with you too, May. I'll walk with you wherever you go until the end of my days.
ありがとう。また弱気になっちゃったり、勝手に突っ走っちゃったり、
Probably.
迷惑かけることもこれからもずっとよろしくね、コウ君。
Well, that was sweet. Okay, unfortunately I have to skip that because I don't know why it won't let me record it.
カルボナーラに、あと食後にパンケーキ2です。
Got it. The omelet rice is ready, by the way.
はーい。
It's been a few months since May decided to continue helping Akazuki-san and Mikado with their duties. As they have no particular new developments as of late, we've been spending most of our days the same way we always have. Today is like any other. We exchange the same words before the same tasks. However, that isn't to say nothing has changed.
オムライスのお客様。
From the direction of the dining floor comes May's sunny voice. Lately, there appears to have been an increasing number of customers visiting the cafe in order to see her. Though I don't have any definite proof of this, Akazuki-san and Shiki-san knows me also have the same hunch, so it's probably true. As her boyfriend, I was a little worried at first, but they seemed to be attracting she was attracting the wrong type of attention, but that didn't seem to be the case. May has always treated our patrons with the utmost hospitality, but her desire to make our customers happy had resulted in her becoming friendlier than ever. She would greet guests with a smile, striking up conversations about the weather and such whenever she could. In order to make our customers happy, she wanted to start by getting to know them first. Her efforts seem to be paying off lately as more people are clearly becoming interested in chatting with her. On top of that, I've also caught wind of a certain rumor. Well, not a full-blown rumor. This is only something I've heard in passing. When you come to this cafe, your worries disappear. Things that aren't going your way will start to turn around for you. That's what people are saying. I've only heard this from about 2 or 3 different customers. Even so, there are no doubt others who have shared the same sentiment. I believe this isn't simply the result of the hard work over the last few months, but her continuously having used the powers for her eye here. It's clear that May has been making many people very happy, but I know that she'll continue to do the same for many more to come, because that's what May's power
い
does.
らっしゃいませ。
Her voice rings out across the cafe. It sounds like another customer's arrived.
こんにちは。いつもの席空いてますよ。ご案内します。
Apparently it's a regular she's familiar with, just another customer among many to whom May has brought joy. When you come to this cafe, your worries disappear. Things that aren't going your way will start to turn around for you. I know that one day those words will develop into a rumor, a legend. more and more people will hear about it. More and more customers will come flocking to our cafe. But we aren't quite there yet. Still, I have faith. I have faith that May's hard work will pay off and that one day this place will become known as Cafe Stella, the cafe that brings joy and happiness to all. Oh, that was sweet.
カフェステラと死神の蝶
New home screen, baby. Let's go. I love every time I load up the game, I get to see, like, the last girl whose route we finished. It's great. Alright, guys. Time for thoughts here. What are my thoughts here? Oh, I can swap it, too. I can go between all of them. Okay, cool. I like that. Okay, May's route was amazing. Up until after the confession, okay? I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. After the confession, things just kind of, I don't know. It got a little more, like, generic, and I felt like things just rushed a little too quickly. They really wanted to include, like, an H scene or something. They wanted to have that kind of stuff. And I just felt like it was forced. And I've kind of replied to some of your guys' comments. You've talked to me about it. And I've had a little bit of time to, like, gather some thoughts. I don't have a problem with them having done that. I just have a problem with the order in which it was done and the speed of which it's done. Like, they've only been dating for a week now, and they've done, like, all of these things. Like, it just felt like a lot of stuff to cram into such a small amount of time. I think that's where my problem lies. And then I wish they would have kissed, like, that first night that they confessed. If they were going to, like, immediately, like, start having them doing other things and, like, getting more intimate with each other. I would have liked if the kiss, like, they had a big build up for a kiss, and then they had, you know, maybe another build up for other things. But it just felt like it felt like the whole route was planned out, okay? And then they were like, oh frick, we need to include, like, an H scene in here, and so they threw that whole section in there, and it just kind of ruined the flow of everything, and I didn't really appreciate it. But that's just kind of how I feel about it. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm not saying it was that they shouldn't have put it on there, but I don't know. I know some of you guys liked it, so I'm glad if you did. But overall, a pretty good route. Like, I would say way better than Nozomi's. Like, I liked Nozomi's okay, but I don't know. I enjoyed May's a lot more because I didn't really know much about her going into it, and it ended up being really good. So I'm happy. You know, all is well that ends well. The route ended pretty good. I like the inclusion of the butterflies a lot better than Nozomi's, in my opinion, but good route. Good route. Hopefully the other girls will be just as good or better. We'll see. But anyways, guys, that was the end of May's route, so I will be starting Suzune's next episode. It'll probably be 1 or 2 episodes. I think it's like a 2-hour route, so maybe I'll just split into 2 episodes. But should be pretty good. Hopefully I can finish that here pretty soon. And that will be good. And then we'll be moving on to Natsumi's, and then finally Kana's. So that's my route order I'm going to do. But anyways, guys, appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.